Hello class, today we are learning to find the slope of a line from a graph. So the essential question, how do I find the slope of a line from a graph? Your learning intention, I am learning to find the slope of a line from a graph. So you've got a warm-up question. We are still struggling with absolute value equations. Remember, the first thing you have to do is what? Can you pause the video and solve this on your own? I do hope you tried to solve it on your own. So we've got to isolate our absolute value, which means I've got to add 5 to both sides. Now it's isolated. The absolute value of 3x plus 6 is equal to 12. Now, this is positive. I know I can set up the two equations. 3x plus 6 is equal to 12, or 3x plus 6 is equal to negative 12. Now we solve. Start by subtracting 6 from both sides. 3x is equal to 6. Last step is to divide by 3. X is equal to 2, or same thing again. Subtract 6 from both sides. 3x is equal to negative 18. Divide both sides by 3. And x is equal to negative 6. So the two answers are positive 2 or negative 6. Okay, now we've got this handy dandy little Mr. Slope guy. We're learning about slope from a graph. So if I see the slope go up like this, that means it's positive. If I see it go down like this, that means it is negative. If it is straight up and down, it is undefined. If it's vertical, undefined. If it's horizontal, side to side, it is a zero slope. So we will refer back to Mr. Slope Guy as we're learning. Okay, what is slope? Slope is your rise divided by your run, or your delta y over delta x. Delta simply means the difference of or the change in. So I take y minus y over x minus x. So pause the video, think about what we've just learned, because we're going to jump in with both feet, and I want you to be thinking. We will use this equation, we'll use this idea, we'll use all three of those ideas. Okay, what does the word intercept mean? If I intercept a pass in football, that means I've stolen it or I've grabbed it. Your y-intercept, this is your y-axis. Your y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. So, if I'm looking here, if I'm looking at this graph, here's where it goes across the y-axis, here's where it goes across the y-axis. So, if the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, what is the x-intercept? Where the graph crosses the x-axis. Okay, now, we're going to start looking at the slope on a graph, and it means we've got to count. So we know we're looking at the rise over the run. As I'm looking at the rise over the run, is it a positive slope or a negative slope? Well, it's going down. This is a negative slope. I count, I go down. I start here with this dot, go down 1, 2. Gone down to here, 1, 2 over 1, which gives me a slope of -2. So I go down 1, 2, I go right 1. Each time you go up or down, and then you go to the right. Okay, the first one was nice because it had our points marked off for us. This one is not as nice because the points are not marked off. So the first thing you've got to do is to find a spot where it goes through the corner of a box. This one's this way, so I know it's going to be positive. And if I'm looking, here is the next one where it goes across the corner of a box. So now I've got to count up. I count up 1, 2, 3. I count to the right. 1, 2. And that is my slope, positive 3/2. I go up 3, I go right 2. This one I went down 2 and right 1. We're counting all the time. Rise is up or down, run is to the right. Okay, so if we're looking at this one, I'll give you a minute to try to pick out 2 points. Where are 2 points where it goes across the corner of a box? Here's one, and here's another. Those are the 2 points I'm looking at. I count. I'm going up 1, 2, 3. I'm going right 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Okay, make sure as you're taking notes, you're writing in the dots so you know what we've done, and you can better utilize it when you have to do it on your own. Okay, in your own words, find the slopes of these 2 graphs. So you got 2 problems. Pause the video and see if you can do these on your own. Let's pause the video now, please. Okay, I do hope you tried. Step 1, you're going to look and see if it's a positive or negative slope. I'm going down, so this is a negative. How many am I going down? I've got, here's my 2 points, so I look, here's where those lines intersect. I go down 1, 2. I go right 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got the fraction -2/4. Can I simplify it? Yeah. That's -1/2. That's a slope of -1/2. Could you have done it by using these 2 dots? Yeah. You could also go clear down here and use these dots. You're looking for where the graph crosses the corner of a box. Just like this, just like this, like this, like this, and like this. So you don't have to be stuck in that mindset there's only one correct way to do it, because you might see it a little bit different as you're looking. But you still have to simplify your fractions. Okay, pause the video and see if you can do the last one now. Okay, I hope you tried. Here it goes across the corner of a box. I'm starting through, that's not quite. It's clear up here for the next box. I'm trying to find that right triangle. So I know it's positive. I'm going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going up 8. And I am going right 1, 2, 3. So I go up 8, I go right 3. So my slope is 8 over 3. So now it's time to practice. Success criteria, I know I'm successful when I can find the slope of a graph. So finding slope from graphs is our summary. Okay, rise over run. That means you go up or down first, then right. You're creating those right triangles and then you count those boxes. Good luck with your practice.